In the court of the great Mughal emperor Akbar, there once lived a rich merchant named Rajan. He was famous for his wealth and luxurious lifestyle. Over time, however, Rajan became extremely arrogant. He believed money made him greater than everyone else. Whenever poor people came near him, he insulted them. He often boasted loudly in the marketplace, saying, "In this city, nobody is wiser or more powerful than me because wealth controls everything." Many people became upset by his behavior, but nobody dared to challenge him because of his influence. One day, Rajan entered Akbar's royal court wearing expensive silk clothes and shining jewelry. Proudly standing before the emperor, he said, "Your Majesty, I believe wealthy people deserve more respect than scholars, workers, or ordinary citizens because money is the true source of power." The entire court became silent after hearing his arrogant words. Akbar calmly looked toward Birbal and asked, "Birbal, what do you think about this?" Birbal smiled gently and said, "Your Majesty, sometimes arrogance blinds people from understanding the real value of life." Rajan laughed confidently. "I have everything money can buy. What lesson can anyone possibly teach me?" Birbal quietly replied, "Very well. Tomorrow morning, please come to the royal garden. I will answer your question there." The next day, Rajan arrived proudly at the garden. Akbar, Birbal, and several courtiers were already waiting. Birbal pointed toward two clay pots placed under the sunlight. One pot was made of gold and decorated beautifully with jewels. The other was an ordinary simple clay pot. Birbal asked Rajan, "Which pot do you think is more valuable?" Rajan immediately pointed at the golden pot and said, "Obviously this one. It is beautiful and expensive." Birbal nodded and ordered servants to fill both pots with water. After a few hours under the hot sun, Birbal asked everyone to touch the water inside both pots. To Rajan's surprise, the water inside the simple clay pot remained cool and fresh, while the water inside the golden pot became warm and unpleasant. Birbal smiled and said, "The golden pot looks impressive from outside, but it could not keep the water cool. The simple clay pot quietly performed its duty better." The courtiers smiled softly, while Rajan became silent. Birbal continued, "In the same way, some people shine with wealth, power, and pride on the outside, but true value comes from humility, kindness, and usefulness to others."
Rajan still tried to defend himself, but people respect wealth. Birbal calmly replied, "Respect earned through fear or money disappears quickly, but respect earned through humility and good character lasts forever." At that moment, an old gardener entered the garden carrying flowers. His clothes were simple, and his hands were rough from hard work. Yet every person in the royal garden greeted him warmly and respectfully. Birbal asked Rajan, "Do you know why everyone respects this gardener?" Rajan shook his head. Birbal said, "Because he helps others, speaks kindly, and remains humble despite his difficult life. His value comes from his character, not from gold." For the first time, Rajan lowered his head in shame. He realized his arrogance had made him lonely and disliked, despite his wealth. With folded hands, he said to Akbar and Birbal, "Today I learned that pride in wealth is foolish. A person's true greatness comes from humility and good deeds." Akbar smiled proudly at Birbal's wisdom. From that day onward, Rajan changed completely. He started helping the poor, speaking respectfully, and treating everyone equally. Soon, people began respecting him not because of his riches, but because of his kindness and humility. The story teaches us that arrogance based on wealth or power eventually destroys respect. True greatness belongs to those who remain humble, no matter how successful they become.